So, hi everyone. I'm going to make these. I'm doing for a child's fete. So it's like a workshop over the summer period, and my boss turned around and she said, instead of doing little straw men and women, why can't we do mermaids? Because we live in a seaside town, and you know, makes sense. So and we have to do it on a budget. So Metro paper, thank you very much. I've been whipping off a Metro paper every time I go on a journey. And it comes in handy for these kids, especially when it comes to expense. So I'm going to show you how to make a mermaid. I'll be chatting as I go along, but hey, hope you can tolerate my jaws. So there's a sheet of paper. The Metro paper, you literally half the front page, so it works out at 19 centimetres by 29 centimetres. That's what you're talking about on a sheet of paper. You can make them smaller. It's just I've found that the straws, paper straws, are a lot sturdier doing it this way. So how I start making my straws is, let me turn that glue gun off, literally fold it the corner over and then start wrapping it around a bamboo stick or bamboo skewer. Then you get your glue and pull it off, and then you run up the side straight forward, and then begin rolling again, compressing onto the glued side so it doesn't unravel. Now you can make these perfect, but these are for kids. It's an arts and crafts, simple. Now I've got 14 straws already pre-made. I've made thousands of them, literally, in a box. They're all down by the side of me. So we've got 15 straws here. Hopefully that is enough. I think it is, judging by making them before. So you get your Pritt stick. Now it's about halfway, so if you judge it right, it's halfway through the straw, and what you're going to do is shape the actual stick, paper straw should I say, around the Pritt stick, and that's going to be the shape of the head when you go to mould it, because we are doing it in 3D. So then you get 5 of these paper sticks and you literally fold them in half again. You don't have to be precise, but it's so that we can make the shoulders. Now one of them I am going to make precise because I want it for the arms. So I'm going to literally bend it into shape down, and then I've got the centre. I'm going to turn over the bit that I've bent rounded over the Pritt stick, turn my glue gun back on, these glue guns that I've got are absolutely marvellous. I got them from Temu, and if you time it right you can get them relatively cheap if you know how to wangle Temu or navigate the app. Yes, there are a lot of bits and snags and you've got to watch yourself, but this is cordless and it's ideal for kids. I mean, you can switch it on and off so that you know the heat is correct, etc, etc. So I'm bringing the head back into shape. It's not precise, you don't have to make it precise, it's just when you go to wrap it, it will help you later on. So we've got this shape. Now the bits that we bent over before, they're going to be the shoulders. So you're literally going to put 2 on either side of your body / head section. You put the glue on this side and you just leave that slack. It doesn't need glue on that bit, it just needs it on this section. Then you get another straw. This is like tedious, but it's good fun when you're showing kids how to do stuff. I mean, my neurodiverse head, I mean, it's just like off the scale. I mean, I do all sorts in my workshop. I love my little workshop. It's like my escape, and I invite my friends to come round to it because it just has everything in it that you could need, and if we don't have it, we go in search of it. So right, we're getting there to the next shoulder. I'm not fed up, I'm just, it's like, you know, our diverse head's telling you, oh, speed up, speed up, speed up, and that's why I sigh. I do a lot of sighing. Right, so we've got this section done, right? So that's the body, okay, the top half. Then we get 4 straws, and this is to add length, so we go down to the tail. Now you have to split these straws down the centre so that you've got each side even, and we're getting there. And that's so to cover the tips of these, because you're going to thread them in between, and then they're in the centre of the body, and then they're disguised, supposedly. Oh, they are. There's one that's dropped out. They are disguised, so you can't see the tips, okay? Then I'm going to switch my glue stick back on. You get another straw. Now what you're going to do is curve it. So what you do is run your thumb through it, and that breaks it down so it's not so difficult to wrap around the body. Then you put a bit of glue. I'm going to have to put another glue stick in that. And then you literally are going to wrap it. Let's get another glue stick in before I run out. Ooh. Oh, it might not go out yet. Oh, it's dropped out. See, that's when you're doing multitasking. Right. I'm going to carry on wrapping. Maybe I didn't need a glue stick so quick. As you wrap around the body, put a dab of glue each time. And this secures the sticks in the centre tight and stops the straw from moving around. Now as I wrap it round, it's good fun, good fun. Right, that's the last bit of that straw. You can see how far it goes down the body. Right, now up on my shelf, if I find my tail template, I've got a tail template. Now I have got to find some thickish paper. I've got loads of sketchbooks around. So I'll get this sketchbook and I'll pull some sketches in it. I'll pull a sheet out. Now your tail can be any shape you want. You can make it as ornate or whatever. It's just you know, make it your own, put your own flair on it. Encourage kids to put their own flair on it. So I've folded this into a square, this real thick sketch paper. Now what I'm going to do is do that. Now I'm going to get a pencil, she says. I'm going to draw around it. Now I want to add a bit of flair. So instead of making it a rounded, boring tail, I'm going to give it a little bit of whoosh. And then we've got some sort of shape there. Now, I'm going to cut it round. I'm going to cut it round. And it's sort of got waves in it, ripples in it, to give that effect that we want. Now I'm hoping, oh yes, we've got a lovely flashy tail. Now I'm just switching again. If you noticed, I've just switched my glue gun off. Now you don't have to have these glue guns on 24/7. Now I'm going to use as a gauge. Now I know the tip is there. And I know the back tip. Try and use the back and the front of the straws. Don't, because it's gone into a square. Then a little bit up, cut the existing that's remaining. So you just need that little bit so you can stick it. Crazy, really. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm going to get the one without the pencil. And I'm going to literally glue it. Now the reason why we're gluing it now is because when we start putting the tension of wrapping the straws further down, it'll just get a little bit, so we won't be able to squeeze it in. Well, you will, but it just makes it easier. Press it down flat. Now on mermaids' tails, if you notice, they've got a little bit like this, sort of, you know, where our so-called feet would be if we were a mermaid and we were going to be transported back to human. So we've got that section like so forth, right? Now I'm going to get my other straw. Now we're going to do it again so that we put pressure on the straw and break it down so we can fold it around the body. Now what I do is I always follow where the end of my last lot. Note the glue is still hot. Even though I've switched it off, it's still threading. Then, or melting should I say. Right, I'm just going to wait a little bit and then put a dab of glue and then start wrapping. Now as I wrap, gonna wrap. Such a gorgeous day today. Well, I say it's gorgeous, but I can see outside my workshop that it's a little bit grey. Then, see, I'm sighing again. I'm always sighing. So when you get a neurodiverse kid, don't grumble. Apparently it's part of our personality because we're so impatient. Put some more glue down. We'll continue to wrap. Another side. It's getting a bit hot again. Turn it off. You don't need to have your glue smoking hot. You just need it hot enough to melt your sticks. And because the sticks are so small now, which is nice for crafting, and I'm going to wrap it. Like I say, it helps to control on these cordless glue guns. Then I get another one. So we need more than 15 sticks. So we need 16 of these paper sticks. See, she added up. Then we do it again, where we do this, and we follow it down in a spiral effect. The good thing is with these mermaids, you can make them into, you know, use them as a paper mache thing, you know, so you can add more detail to them. I mean, all I'm doing is giving you a basic carcass to work from. And what you can also do is add wire. So let's say if you wanted to bend, switched it back on again, to bend and stay in shape, if you place wire within the body, you will be able to do that. So we've got that. And this is the whole, more or less the whole purpose, is so that you can add, or the child can add more to the body. All you're doing is giving them a carcass to play with, or, like I say, an adult to play with, because it needn't just be a child. Now, how I gauge the arms. So if you wanted to create the bend on the arms, what you do is you bend the shoulder down and you bend the opposite shoulder down, right? Let's make sure it's measured right. Being a bit, yeah. So we've got them down. Now normally the bend is literally on the hip. So if you put that bend into there and that bend into there, you've got it perfect where the bend is on the arm. Now the head bit, well, we're not going to leave it with a loop. So we get another piece of, another paper straw that you've made. So I've sort of calculated it's going to take 16 paper straws, because you do this twice on the head. So this is to give the front shape. Now what you can do is add on the sides, etc., so you have another loop. But I've found you don't need to do that. As long as you've got the front bit, which will collapse, I might add, because it's just so that you've got that air gap and there's a little bit of shape there. And then when you go to add the second straw onto the head, you'll be able to navigate round it. Now as we get to the top, you noticed it thins out just the straw, and then you literally, because it's like just having a sheet of paper, because the thick bit is at the centre of the straw that you've made. So what I do, so we've got one layer, but I wanted 2 layers. So I did the exact same thing for the top of this head. So I'll get another straw from out of my box and I'll bend it. Start from the bottom of the neck again and start wrapping. And as you wrap round again, add a drop of glue so it doesn't unravel. Now you have got your carcass. You can put clay on this. You can put papier-mâché. You can make papier-mâché clay. Brilliant stuff is papier-mâché clay. And literally wrap it round. So this is my take on paper straws, and it is a mermaid. I don't know, I might like that tail a little bit more than that tail, but it's up to each individual. And these will be used in a craft workshop that I'm working with my team who support children in the local area, and it's going to be a lovely little workshop. We're also making sharks and whales, so that took 22 minutes to make. And like I say, you can get air dry clay, put air dried clay to it. You know, once you've got the existing body, that's what's essential to start allowing your brain to go, woohoo, right, I'm going to add this and I'm going to add that. But I would say put wire through the centre of it and the arms, thread some wire, and then you can keep the shape. It is relatively flexible. So look, you can move it because it's wrapped, you know, on the tail. You can move it around and do bits and bats. I'm not sure what the children are going to do with them, but that's not my decision. My decision is to make sure they get this bit and allow them to explore, which is essential, especially if those children are neurodiverse as well. If they're neurodiverse, they don't particularly want you interfering in what they want to do, and because they want to do their own thing, you know, express themselves. I'm pretty proud of this. In my workshop as well, I've been making sculptures with driftwood, and I'm enjoying doing that. I'm going to put sea glass in it, and I'll show you later on what that's about as well. I've really enjoyed making that sculpture, and I'm enjoying making these. So toodaloo, and I'll put all the bits and bats in the message. I hope people aren't too confused.